It's almost 4:30 in the morning. We try to think about what we are doing. 4:30 in the morning. I am transporting goods. The truck driver transporting goods. What am I transporting? To Costco. Some kind of perishable material at temperature of -10. This came from the rail, traveled almost thousands of miles, and most probably it came from overseas. And I am doing the local shuttle from the Salt Lake City to Costco. Behind me here, you see the detailing area where you can clean the truck or the trailer. And that building here is a truck wash. And the other side, you can see all these containers. Some of them are loaded, some of them are empty. And on the other side of the building, you have hundreds and hundreds of tractors that came from the dealer and are going to join the service very soon. And this is the section of the brand new containers that are going to join the service. What exactly are we doing? We are either transporting dry goods or frozen or freezing goods. The freezing section is very confusing. When it is -10, I think they call it frozen. When it is under 32 Fahrenheit or 0 centigrade, they call it freezing. Or there's some kind of difference between extreme cold, -10, and 32 degrees. Above 32, from 32 Fahrenheit to 55, it has a different name. Cool stuff, but not frozen. If you think about how much you pay for a cup of coffee or a bottle of soft drink, you can pay $2.50 in a bottle of Coca-Cola or Pepsi because it is cold. If it is warm, you are not going to pay anything. You are not going to drink it. It might make you even sick. The fact that you're transporting 20 tons of goods at -10 degrees, that is an enormous technology. That is an enormous technology, keeping 20 tons of food frozen from the source, the shipper, to the receiver. It is an enormous undertaking. That tank of fuel has about 110 gallons of diesel. It will last about 10 days. If it comes from, that is when you transport on land, surface transportation. If you transport it on a ship, it have to be placed on electric cooling system or freezing that's supplied by the ship engine. When you come to this area, this is a place where the leftover merchandise or damaged have to be auctioned by the carrier. The carrier, when you transport the foods, when you damage the foods or the goods, you have to you sell it at cheaper price. The truck that is leaving now doesn't belong to the carrier, but rented a place here. This truck rented a place where he can park here overnight or during the weekend. Look at this side of the carrier. This is a trucking school. Because I have about half an hour left, more than half an hour to deliver my load. A local delivery, I can explain what is this. This is a trucking school where you have the students come here. You spend a week in the building, what you call it, a trucking school. A week is very short here. A week means only 3 days. The first day is paperwork, which is Monday. Sunday, Friday you take it off. So you have only 3 days to study the theory, what you call it, the written material to pass the test. 3 sections, which are general knowledge and the driving skills and the inspection. That is you study the book, that is a manual of commercial trucking or commercial truck driving in America. All the states, 50 states, almost have the same kind of rules. That is 1 week. You spend it inside the classes. Then you come here, you spend another week. A week here, as we said, is only 3 days. You spend 1 day in backing, training how to back the truck. If you look at that truck, when the truck moves forward and goes backward, that is called straight backing. When the truck moves forward and backs to the side, that's called parallel backing. When the truck comes out completely and make a 90-degree angle and return it back to the same slot, that's called angled backing. Angled backing, straight backing, and parallel backing are the very basic skills you learn here in the yard. 1 day each. 1 day straight backing, 1 day parallel backing, and 1 day angled backing. Then during the 3 days, you come here. That is what they call it, the office or the central operations training. Usually they keep 3 trucks here to do the inspection. So you learn the inspection every day. They take you through under the hood, under the container. You study the basic systems of the truck, the steering, the suspension, the fuel lines, the freezing, the cooling, the coupling, the suspension of the trailer, how to go through the very basic concept of safety, which are 3 things: what is leaking, what is broken, and what is loose. Loose means the part that doesn't look bad, doesn't look broke, doesn't look leaking, but it might not be installed or functioning properly. So you learn how to do that here. So you do the backing here and inspection. Then you get out of this road, we'll say stop sign, you get out on the road, you do the test, the driving. First you have to do the training, how to drive a truck on the mountains, in the city streets, and on the highway. Those are the 3 components of training on how to drive a truck. So you do the 3 components outside. Each component is 1 day. 1 day mountains, 1 day city, and 1 day highway. Then when you finish, that's all done almost 6 days. So you have 3 days for the written material, and you have 3 days for the practical training on backing and driving and the inspection. Then you go through the test. You usually do the test on Thursday of the 2nd week. The test is 3 times. If you pass the first time, you go out with a certified, licensed person who's going, inspector or instructor, who's going to evaluate you. If you fail, you have 2 more chances. If you fail after 3 chances, you have 6 months to repeat the whole process. When I started, when I was in a school, I failed one, two, and I passed in the 3. You can say you can hate the guy that is sitting next to you during the test, but as soon as you fail to change the gears, in my days they were manual. You have to change the gears, increase the speed by increasing the gears, higher gears. The worst thing when you try to lower the gears, because you have to clutch down, to clutch out. Then you rev the engine, then you clutch, you rev the engine, you clutch it down. If you make a mistake when you clutch it down, or when you slow down, the truck stalls and you stop the test and you fail. If you fail at a stop sign, you try to cross a signal and the truck dies, you fail. On the highway, you can fail if you fail to signal right or left or keep the speed up to the highway speed. So the instructor will ask you to change lanes at certain points, to increase the speed and to exit at certain points. This is the driver that's going out for delivery. He was here layover in a rented spot from CR England. And now I think I can leave. It is 4:44 and I can go to my delivery. That's all I have this morning.